Hey everybody! Wait a minute. Hey everybody! Listen, I am excited because I've been trying to have this girl over here for a minute now, but she's here. Let's speak on it. It's love and marriage, DC. We got a whole lot to say. Okay, Erica. Erica, come on in, baby.
Hey, what's up, party people? I love your intro, girl. I don't know if I've seen it. I guess I've seen it before, but I love it.
I don't think you have because you have not been paying attention.
I know. I think I usually come into your chats late, but I do love your intro, girl.
Thank you. It's Kamisha. Kamisha did all this for me. So,
Yes, it is
she's a
nice.
queen. Well, how are you? How are you doing? How are things?
I am doing good. I've been I was having some health issues for people, but I'm back on track. So I'm getting caught up this weekend and this week on all my shows, so it'll be great.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing good. But you look good. You look
Well,
good. All
thank you.
right.
Thank you. You
Okay.
too, girly.
See, listen, I have to represent. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. But yo, let's speak on it because listen, we have so much to cover. For we just did commission reviews, and sometimes because we are so many of us on the panel, so sometimes you're not able to speak exactly what we want to say, right?
I know. I know.
Is
I
there
do know what you
anything
mean.
that you wanted to say that you did not have a chance to say?
I think the one thing I want to say that I might not have fully I found this episode kind of boring for a finale, to keep it 100. I mentioned this before. This seems sort of like a mid-season, oh, this might be what's coming up next or something. It kind of left me hanging a little bit as terms of the finale. Like honestly, the best part I thought was going to be was the trailer for the reunion. Like that was good, but most of this episode I was like it was a little dry for me actually.
This episode was dry for you.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, for sure.
For me, it wasn't very dry, but I was left with a whole lot of questions.
Right.
I
True.
understand that Monique is the one who brought everybody into this show, and therefore you feel like some kind of respect. She's the one who's giving me my check, not necessarily giving my check, but she opened a door for me to have my check, to have the exposure. We did not know about Ashley. We did not know about Jamie,
Right.
but it was because of Monique that we now are talking about this show, and I feel like they are feeling some type of respect, and they're not checking her because, girl, I still don't know what her issue is.
Yeah, I agree. I feel
Because
like
trust you me, it's not the oils that is giving her this kind of a lifestyle.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I agree with you. I think this show got us to really dive deep into Monique and Chris because I think when she was on Housewives for years, we didn't really see their marriage. We saw her kind of with the other ladies, but we didn't, other than the whole issue that people brought up on the panel with the mother in law. Like ever since then, or ever since, whatever happened with the producers in her basement, she was like, nope, you're not going to see my marriage. So I think really it has kind of pulled back the curtain on what's going on with her and Chris. And
And what is
so
it? What is going on with her? Because I still don't know what it is.
well, I think I did mention this earlier. I think she has her own insecurities. And people tried to make it seem like it was because of the relationship with the mother, but I think when she said, "I always feel insignificant," and I've been in that place too where I dated people where I felt like I always had to prove myself. But that was coming from me. You know what I'm saying? Like the person chose you because they like you. So if you feel insecure, that's your own issue. And I think in
I
terms,
have not seen, I cannot say, I cannot stand over here or I cannot speak on this platform and say that Chris has made her feel that she has to do that.
exactly,
Chris,
that's
if there's
exactly my
anybody who
point.
has
It's
supported,
coming from within herself. Absolutely.
if there's anybody who has supported their wives or their spouses, it's Chris.
Yeah.
But you also have to remember, to me, I was thinking, you know what, as a wife, okay, so then when they got married, the guy was going out there playing football and doing that. Right now, is a babysitter over here.
Well, I don't know. Maybe the oil business is picking up. I'm not sure what's going on.
No, it's not. Stop it. It's not. And there's a thing for you as a married. Listen, I am married. There's a thing that brings you pride when you see your husband getting ready in the morning to go to work. Your husband is not getting ready to go to work over here. Okay.
True. And I think she has her own frustrations that she has to deal with that for sure.
So and that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like what was turning her on, all right? Because I feel good when I see my husband in a suit, going over there. I feel like, you know what, babe, go. You know what I'm saying? She has, and she might not, she met him. She met him when he was doing his NFL. He was going out there getting money. They still have the money, all right, but it isn't. He's not dressing up in the morning and going out there to get it, right? For Monique, she's going there doing her thing 5, 6 in the morning for the radio show. And then you leave your husband there sleeping. It's not sexy.
Very
Iniko,
true.
thank you
Very
for
true.
joining us.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
I'm sorry I'm late.
I'm telling Erica, I don't know. I don't know what Monique's situation. I don't know what Monique's beef is with the husband. I don't know what it is.
I don't either, but I really hope that they get it together because they're a lovely couple. You know what I'm saying? They are like goals for a lot of people. So I hate that this season caught them on like a valley or whatever. Because I love them together. Like, come on, you guys, get it together. Because editing, like I said, across the street, with our lovely mentor, Kamisha, editing is crazy because it's like they just picked every little argument they had. Like, why are y'all showcasing this? I know y'all need ratings. I know I need to stop complaining because this is how they get their numbers and their ratings. But come on, like, show the happy.
I will say this. I do feel like this season, I didn't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville from the beginning. Like, I didn't see the first few seasons. So I don't know how they start the show. But like this season, I felt like the producers suck. Like, I kind of expect more from Carla. I expect more. And I
Yeah.
feel like we got way too much Winter. I mean, I
Yeah.
do feel like Monique kind of had a bad edit, but then how many scenes? Like, we didn't see them in Africa. Like, how many scenes did we see really of Monique and Chris? Like, to me, not enough.
Right.
And
But why
The
didn't
only
they
thing-
show
there
us
was
in
no
Africa?
balance
Why didn't
there.
they show us that in Africa? Let me tell you about Huntsville though, because I've been watching since season 1, and how it all started was it was supposed to be strong Black couples doing a business thing, showing their family. That's why it was called Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know what I'm saying? Love and Marriage DC, because it was supposed to be showing the love and the family aspect. But I feel I'm not gonna get too off topic, but since you brought up Huntsville, you did it, Erica. But I feel that Melody had a motive going on the show in the beginning because first show she came out swinging with the cheating stuff, but it was started off as positive couples coming together doing business.
Yes. No,
right.
no,
And I
that's
think
not just
go
doing
ahead, sorry.
business, Erica. It is not just doing business. It's helping the minorities who looks like us. It is making sure that they are focusing and what's the word? They are helping the minorities.
More
Get those
minority owned
good
businesses and
houses.
stuff.
Right. That was a goal in Love and Marriage, Huntsville.
Well, I mean, the reason I brought it up is this. To me, Love and Marriage, because I've started later watching it, it got sidetracked by the side baby. And now here we are on Love and Marriage DC. We getting sidetracked by Winter, who ain't even got a husband. So I'm like, okay, producers, I don't know who y'all need to meet with, but bring it back. Bring it back to why we're here. Like, because I think if had we delved deeper in the couples, they had issues along the way. We just didn't see them. Like to me, with Arena and Jamie, had we seen her training for the marathon, that would have balanced out the scene where she's thinking about getting her butt done or whatever. Because then we would have seen where she was with her body overall. And I think they left out all of that, and then every week we're talking about Winter and the scammer. Like it was. I don't know. The producers, I think, need to pull it together.
Yes, they gave us so many incomplete stories to jam that lady down our throat.
Exactly. I agree on that.
Yo,
I mean,
listen,
I'm going to show Winter grace because honestly, since the season has wrapped and since the finale, see, Ahmad, I'm showing grace.
good.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
good.
will say that a lot of it came down to production. I'm not saying that she didn't, because to me, it's like she was messy or whatever. But if they had other footage, they could have shown some of it. So, you know what I mean? So to me, I'm not going to say she's not crazy or whatever, but production kind of manufactured, you know, I mean, it's like they're just starting to kind of become friends, and it just seemed
And
like
she's
production had too many hands in the pot, too much going on.
and she's also a beautiful girl, all right? And she's not shying away from whatever she wanna say, right?
True.
And so, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't say that, you know, she was not the production. Listen, this is a girl who was saying things that maybe other people were not willing to say.
Just because you're not shy about what you're saying does not mean what you're saying is not some bullshit.
I agree.
And
understand
okay,
that.
so wait a minute, before we get down to Winter Path again, because that's such a long path. What I liked on this episode early on was they did show some conflicts between the couples, and we got a chance to kind of see how like Silva and Ashley resolved some issues. And because what I liked about their interaction was, or what was kind of interesting is everybody has that person that they Ellen is hilarious. What I liked is everybody has that moment where it's like, oh, okay, even if especially if you've dated somebody for a long time or you're with somebody for a long time, you find out they cheated years ago that you didn't really know about, you're still gonna be stank. Like you're gonna be stank present day. So that was, I thought, kind of a funny but interesting real moment.
And you're talking about Ashley and the situation,
And
right?
Silva, right, exactly.
Right. And she did not know that. Listen, there are things that my husband has not talked to me about, and I think it's about the moment. You know, when they feel like comfortable enough. You know what? Like, I'm gonna speak on it. And I don't care. You know, not necessarily that I don't care, but you know, they feel comfortable to speak on the situation, and I feel like
Right.
that's what happened with her. But then Ashley, she's my fave. She is very true to who she is. She doesn't shy away from anything. She is who she is.
Yeah. I like Ashley a lot too because I feel like she's very real, and even in her confessionals, she came a couple times even for Monique too. So I feel like Ashley always keeps it 100.
Yes, yeah, because you say, you know what, Monique, you are the one who is in between between Winter and us. You know,
Right.
this is your friend. You know, and I feel like Monique is the one who caused a lot of messiness in the situation between Winter and the girls. That there's some accountability that she needed to have, which she did not have, and I felt like the girls were not ready to check her just because they are the ones, but just because she's the one who brought all of them together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So they're not
exactly.
ready.
It's very much like it's giving me very much Shawnee from Basketball Wives. Like you
It's
can't
also
really
giving
check
me a whole
her
lot
because
of
she writes your check.
and Nini Leaks too.
Yes, very much so.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I don't want to compromise on my check over here. I don't
Right.
have to be the one coming for me. Okay, so I'm gonna compromise on everything that I know. But then again, Ashley is not doing that
Yes, I agree with that.
to
I
some
agree.
extent. To some extent, you
Yeah.
know. I listen. I still don't know why she's crying. Why is she crying? Why is she saying that? Oh my gosh, this is too much for me. But I'm still gonna go support Ashley on her book. Like sister, you took the whole family to Africa.
Okay, so that's why I said it must have been a deeper issue with Monique, because I feel like I get it. You didn't like that Chris mentioned his ex, but like it carried over so many different scenes. I'm like, really? Is it that? Are you still
Well,
traumatized? Because
but did she have a history? Or doesn't this Chris is not the first person she slept with?
I don't know. Like, I'm not sure why she made it. I don't know if there was more to the story. Like, did something happen with the ex? Like, why is she so traumatized that he made that comment where it's like days later, it's still a big blowout?
It's not
Meanwhile,
even it's not even days later. It's years, like years later.
yeah. But I'm
16
just
years.
saying, like, even beyond that, like he said it, he apologized, but basically he said you're the love of his life. And you said, I'm not sure I would marry you again. And now you're still mad. Like, I don't even understand that.
In
I'm
fact,
sorry, y'all. I
that's
was
a,
watching Monique live. She live right now, and they're like going in on her
and
because of this. Like
I
you were,
saw her.
ugh.
Yeah, I saw her saying, you know what, she doesn't regret anything and all that bullshit.
Oh, you got to tell us what they said, Chica.
She's live again right now. So remember how on the show last night she was saying she was crying about like how she felt like she had to prove herself. She's constantly proving herself or whatever. But now she on the live like I don't have to prove nothing to y'all. I don't have to validate nothing. But it's like now I feel like my heart is going out to her because she's going through something. I didn't want to
No,
say
but
this across the street, but she must be going through like a midlife crisis or something because I saw somebody in the comments when we were just doing the other live, and they were saying that she's basically speaking on what marriages go through, right? However, I'm not married. I'm not gonna act like I'm not, but I'm a product of marriage. I'm a product of grand marriage. Like everybody around me is a wife, right? And I know that marriages have ups and downs, but it's like sometimes not only do you have to pick your battles sometimes, but you have to look at things like cup full versus cup empty. Like, and I feel like every situation we've seen, she keep looking at the situation as cup empty.
you
Like
know,
that he's trying his
Nicole,
hardest to be the
Nicole,
husband.
Nicole is my baby sister. Listen to me. I've been married for a minute now.
Yes.
There's some sexiness of it when you see your husband getting up in the morning, preparing himself to go to work, wearing that suit or wearing that outfit of him going to practice for the NFL, whatever it is that he's doing. But his ass is out of that bed. You feel some good. You feel some good in it. Chris has retired. Chris is not doing anything. Chris is just babysitting. The
But guess
girl,
what? But
the
guess what?
girl,
But guess
the
what?
girl. Listen, the girl is in between. I cannot leave him because this lifestyle over here is not gonna be produced. This lifestyle,
No,
I'm not gonna.
listen. In order to retire from something, you had to go to work first. In order to retire from something, you had to be doing something first. Don't give me this. He's not doing nothing now. Everything he did is why he can sit in that bed and
Right.
why he
I
can go
understand that.
downstairs.
I understand that. I get what you're saying, and I'm not saying that whatever he did is not what giving. Whatever he did is what it is giving them this kind of a lifestyle.
Sorry, I'm watching clothes.
You see what I'm saying? Whatever he did is the one that is giving him the income to raise his family, to give them the opportunities that they have. Because trust you me, it's not the oils. It's not the oils. Okay? But there's that thing about, your husband getting up in the morning, your husband going to work, which he doesn't have right now. You know what I feel? I feel like Monique is falling out of love. Monique is afraid to file for that Monique
But
has
she's
fallen
falling out of love with herself because
Monique
he's
has
sitting there
fallen
loving
out of
her.
love.
He's sitting there trying to love her. She's falling out of love with herself then. Hey, Jeremy Speaks. I followed you. Make sure
And
you
I
follow
don't
me back.
and she can and she
Hey,
can
Jeremy.
and
How are
she
you?
can and listen, she can love herself without her putting down a brother. Stop it.
No, what I'm saying is I'm agreeing with you, but she's not. I don't feel like she's falling out of love with Chris.
Yes, she
It's
is. Yes,
like
she is.
she's saying that and she's projecting that, but everything that she keeps saying is showing that she's mad at herself.
Uh-huh. The brother cannot say
Yes.
anything. The brother cannot say, you know what? The brother cannot say, they're being asked a genuine question.
Yeah,
If you
because
make
she's
your
mad at
point,
herself.
if you
Listen,
make,
you're
if
not.
you, wait,
Hold on.
let me talk. Let
Listen
me
to
talk.
what
Let me
I'm
talk.
saying, though.
Let me talk.
Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying, though. When you're insecure or when you have problems with yourself or you're too hard on yourself, anything that anybody says is gonna be a problem. Anything.
Mhm.
Because you're
And
defensive, because you're upset at yourself.
and she's so we are agreeing, Erica. Are we agreeing that she's upset with herself that Chris has nothing to do with what she's going on?
No, I didn't say
Are you
nothing.
kidding me? Somebody is telling you know what? I don't regret anything. My husband is coming over here telling me, I don't regret anything. If I met my wife right now with the things that we've gone through, I will not question anything. I will still marry this person. And you're over here saying, you know what? We can connect emotionally, spiritually. We don't need a paper.
Well, also, I mean, I'd like to bring some light to what she said too when she was, Lil Kim. She's made the point of we were more fun then, like when they were
They were not
younger.
children.
So the
It
question
was
is,
more fun.
so
It
my
was more fun
question,
with my husband.
but my question is, was she in love with Chris or the lifestyle? Because she was trying to be a
Obviously, the
rapper.
lifestyle.
Thank
Yes.
you. She was trying to be a rapper. He was this big time football player. Their lives were different. Now
Yes.
he's retired. Now he's at a different place. It's not like money is an issue for them, but now she's having the regrets. And
Right.
so you
Because she's
have
not
to
in the
look up.
place she wants to be.
Yeah.
So
And I'm
she's
not saying
projecting that onto him.
I'm not saying that Chris is not working. Chris has a whole lot of money that came out of his career. Trust you me. The two homes that we have been shown on this show is not coming from Monique's talk show. It's not coming from Monique's oils. It's coming from Chris Investments. Put some respect on your husband's struggles and everything. She's not doing that. And I feel like the cast, everybody else is not checking Monique because Monique is the one who brought the idea of this show. And so they don't want to compromise that. They don't want to get into the, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to make her feel like some type of way. But sister,
I feel like they probably do check her, but that lady monopolized the damn season. So we didn't see it.
Yeah, so I will say, to me, I agree with Mod. I don't think we've seen her get really checked by anybody, but also we know that they've cut a lot of footage. So I feel like Ashley probably did say something to her. Arena, I think, is pretty sweet and nice. She might not have said too much, but I feel like Ashley probably would have been like, look, sis, but we haven't seen it, and hopefully they'll show us a little bit more balance next season. I would hope.
I hope so. I hope so because we are not out here for drama, right? We're not here for. Want to see some black. I was happy to see Jamie and the wife talking to their son about the issue of him going to court, right? Because this is the things that we are dealing with. I have two black sons. These are the things that you'd expect to go through as you're raising your children. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. I really like that scene, and I wish they would have shown more with him because they showed him having issues earlier on, and now like he's going to court, so now he could be facing some real time. Like they could have fleshed out a little bit
Those
more
are
of
the
that
things
whole
we would have.
storyline.
Yeah, they should have given us an opportunity to discuss on that, see what happened, and the circuit suit. Court. Let us speak on it. Because these are the things that black families are dealing with every day.
I mean, because that's the question. Like, as your father is a police officer, what happened there that you're running with this wrong crowd? Like that, these are storylines that could have been fleshed out and discussed or whatever, and they kind of skipped all that.
There
Check
you
your
go.
DM, Jeremy.
You see what I'm saying? It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. And
I can give some light to that though. I can give some light to that situation.
Mhm.
Not on opposed to like law enforcement or whatever, but y'all know I'm a PK. And it's just like a lot of times, you just go against the grain. You know what I mean? Like your parents have this vision for you. They have this whole life for you planned down, and it's like, no, I want to be in control of something. I want to do me. I want to feel like I'm making my own choices. Those choices a lot of times be dumb, and we have to learn from our mistakes. But that's usually what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nicole, that's exactly my point. That's what they should have been showing us on TV. That's what
mm-hmm.
they could have been showing us instead of like Winter's daughter telling her, "Mama, you know you a gold digger." Like I don't know.
I rehearsed that scene at that. That was
Right,
rehearsed.
exactly. So that's my point exactly, is that those are the issues that we could have been watching this season that would have been interesting and real and affect a lot of people in different circumstances. And instead, we kind of got fabricated drama, really.
A whirlwind of wigs. That's what we got. A whirlwind of wigs.
And half wigs. That's my point. Like, give me the whole wig. Why should wait till the end of the season to get her hair straight? I don't even
Listen,
understand.
Yo, but
crazy.
but everybody seemed to be getting along. They accepted her apology. It seemed like everybody liked her in the last episode.
Yes, but she also felt very much like a fifth wheel every scene. Every scene,
Looking
like
crazy.
now she's just sitting here, like everybody is dressed up. She could have came as Janet Jackson or something, but she just came in her clothes and now she's Yolanda Adams.
She
Okay,
was Morticia Adams, is who she was. She was Morticia
exactly.
Adams. Okay.
Literally, she
Because
said
everything dies
nothing.
in the winter. Now, answer me this, y'all. She didn't look like no creep sitting there in the sex
No,
therapist session.
no.
She looked like a creep. Why are
Okay,
you there?
first of all,
Wait.
the
Okay,
whole
so
idea of having a group sex therapy session, that's questionable.
Yeah,
Secondly,
that part.
but at least we all in here having sex. The one person who says she's not doing nothing, why is she here? Why is her commentary even necessary? And we
I
saw
am
that
not.
and the people who had
listen,
the
Ellen,
Ivy,
I'm
the
with you.
bags, they knew how to get out to the address. They could get there. The sex therapist did not need no ride. Like I don't that whole scene was
Listen,
just totally
I am with
crazy.
Ellen. I'm with Ellen on this one. Winter has carried this show. All of these heifers have nothing to say about it.
Okay, Ellen.
When
We're not
is summertime?
on
When is
winter.
summertime? When is summertime? That's what I need to know. When is summertime? Because I thought we was in summertime.
We're not hating on winter. We're hating on the producers because this was just a poorly produced season. I'm just gonna say they could have made some better choices. I'll put it like that.
I mean, listen, listen. The only couple that was very interesting to me was Jamie and the Tylers. All right, it's something that you want to look forward to. When they introduce us to their child who had disability, that's something that people can relate to, right?
Mhm.
That's something that you wanna keep watching. I don't know what it is that Monique brought over here that made us tune in. Not really. Winter, on the other hand, really, everybody, look, every time we were going on Kamisha reviews, oh my gosh, Alan, thank you.
I missed Ellen. Ellen, I've missed you.
Thank you, Alan. She's my sister. You can never.
I love Ellen and Monique and everybody in the chat, but you know.
Yeah, I love them. So listen,
I love you guys
we,
too.
we gotta have we gonna have to give Winter some credit though, because she's got everybody on
I
Kamisha.
don't have to do nothing.
In Nicole. It's a
Yeah.
Sunday. Extend some grace.
No. And I can't wait for the reunion because that's what I want to see.
Well, she says she has some text messages.
We gonna see what she get.
Okay. And then thank you, Ellen. Thank you so much. But she also said that, here's the thing. If she's trying to cultivate relationships with these girls, in the last time you saw them, you hashed out things. You're on good terms. What do you wanna go back? I have text messages. For what?
Well, I mean, we haven't seen the reunion, so I don't think we can really judge her on that because honestly, if they're asking her, why did you say this during the season and do you have receipts? If she has them, she should say yes. But I don't think that she had receipts the entire season. Otherwise, she would have shown them. I mean, I said this before. It would have been interesting for her to be like, oh, my girl slept with such and such. Here's the receipt. That would have made for interesting TV. But she never said any of that. She never showed anybody a DM. She just alluded to.
But nobody asked her. Nobody asked her like Carlos King did. Nobody asked, do you have the receipts?
Come on, the
They
producer.
did ask her that. They did ask her that. And as much as she be talking, if she had some, she would have said it.
To me,
Jamie, Monique
Okay.
is saying Jamie got a countdown going to show him attacking a woman on national television. Okay. Erica, say something.
now the only thing I was gonna say, to me, when she got on the show, to me it's kind of like if you know people are, like they're dating an athlete and you're like, oh yeah, I know your husband cheats, just because you know athletes cheat. So I think that was kind of where she was coming from in the beginning, because obviously people are going to assume DJs mess around. You're going to assume party promoters mess around. But I don't think at the time she had any actual facts. She had any actual people that she knew had done something with them. I don't think she had anything to actually back it up.
So-
she just kind of
So
like
now
throwing it
you
out
feel
there.
like now like she has. So whatever receipts that she's gonna produce, you feel like now she has had time to find out the receipts, and therefore whatever receipt that she's gonna show us, we can accept those receipts.
Well, I think what she may have, because obviously we're all just speculating here, she's been on the show all season making these sort of allegations. So I would, like, she has fans. I assume now she has more exposure. People are coming into her DMs because they didn't really know her before. So why would people be sending her texts about them if she didn't even really know them? Like, it doesn't really
That's
logically
right.
make sense. But I think now that people have seen her on the show, they're like, yeah, girl, you right. I did da 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 da. And they would message her on Instagram or something. Like, to me, that makes sense, actually.
I have a question for y'all. Because a lot of people are saying that Jamie is gearing up to attack a woman or whatever like that. And this is my question. Why is it okay for Winter to say whatever she wants to say on the scenes and on the confessionals? Like, she bashes not only the husbands, but the women too. So why is it not fair for everyone to come back and defend themselves?
I'm not gonna defend myself if this is what exactly my husband did.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Come on, let's not play games, big sis. I'm talking about the disrespect, like the gutter Barbie and fun size and this and this and that. Oh, I said that when we were in a heated argument. Heated argument or not, you still said some bullshit, and I'm gonna defend me and my husband.
I accept that, and the only thing I have with Winter attacking them is because she's not married. All right, she's not married. She's attacking people who are married, and therefore, in that perspective, I'm like, you know what? You're not married. You're not. You don't understand it, and therefore, you're not. You're the wrong. You might have the right message, but you're not the person to deliver the message.
Well, I
You
think
compromise
one
the message.
kind of it goes back to receipts. Like, if you have receipts, deliver that shit. Like, just deliver it. You know what I mean? But to kind of vaguely suggest and all this other stuff doesn't seem like you're really trying to build a friendship with anybody. It seems like you're trying to spice up the show. That's how it came off. So to me, if that's how you want to act, then like you said before, Nicole, if that's how you bring it, you got to be ready to take it. That's
yes,
how it
okay.
rolls.
How is it not bad? Okay, let's take that lady out of the situation, right? Say I don't know Maud. I'm gonna go with the person that I know more. Say I don't know Maud, but I know Erica. And Erica has brought me to this event and she's like, "This is Maud." And I simply say, "Oh, I seen her husband around." Excuse me? Like what? Y'all don't see nothing wrong with that?
No,
That's
I don't
that's
think
a
it's
problem.
no,
We're
it's
not
not a
talking
problem.
about your husband. She's
It's not a
introducing me to
problem.
you.
It's,
She's
you
introducing
have
me to you.
no,
It
Monique,
is not the time or place to be, I seen
Nicole,
her husband. So
Nicole,
what?
Nicole, you have to realize that and Monique and Winter have been friends for a minute,
I know this.
and therefore, Nicole, there are things you and I have talked about.
That's what I'm saying. I said I took them out of the equation and I said me and Erica are the good friends and I don't know you. And she has brought me to you and introduced me to you. And my first thing that I say is, "Oh, I know her husband."
Yes,
And the second thing
No.
I would say,
nothing wrong with
the
that.
thing I would say to you,
No.
Nicole, is, girl, you know we mic'd, right? Because that's the thing. We're on TV now. So what you may tell me as a
Exactly.
friend is one thing. But when
Exactly.
when you tell it to me and you know the mic is on, then you know now I gotta decide,
But-
am I gonna tell her I know this? Because she's gonna see
Exactly.
the show, she's gonna be mad at me. I need to send her a text like something came up or whatever. So you do have to make a decision what you're willing to air on TV, because now our friendship is
No,
for the camera.
Erica, you have to realize the person she was talking to was Monique. Monique has experience of reality TV. You do not know the conversation they had prior to them having that conversation. We don't know the text message they exchanged. You do not know whether Monique told her, you know what, bring this on camera. I'm not saying she did that. You know what I'm saying? We do not know those things. Monique has experience in this reality world shows. Okay, so then you have Winter over here who does not know exactly what's going on. She feels like, you know what, Monique, Monique has told me to do. I'm not saying that Monique told her to do those things, okay, but she heard these things about the people that Monique is trying to introduce her to, and she feels like, you know what, maybe this is how the reality show thing works. I don't see anything wrong with me and Nicole. We are good friends.
No, we not.
And then we have Erica.
Me and
My
Erica
ex
was good
over
friends.
here.
That's why you don't get it, because you're not listening. Because that's not what I said.
What you say?
I'm not saying it no more. You better catch it on the replay.
Well, I mean, I agree with you, Maud, to an extent, but I will say this. Although I have my whole thing about producers, you know what I mean? Like, everybody can't come onto a show and act a fool and be like, I'm new to reality. Like, I'm over this. I'm over that.
Period. It's 2022.
They edited me wrong. Like, I get that there's editing and there's production and stuff, but I mean, reality TV has been around for 20 years now. We not new.
Okay.
Nobody is that new to the rodeo. So I agree with you, Maud. Maybe Monique told her whatever. I honestly think the producers probably told her to do it, but she, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is what you signed up for and you agreed to the assignment. So this is what you're going to get.
It's like at the level of Now TV. I don't know if anybody watch Now That's TV, right? But I watch those girls over there, and like the producers over there tell somebody like, go prank this girl or go start a fight with this girl. Now, they might have told you to do that or say that, but it's your choice then whether you're going to do that or not. And then once you do that dumb shit, it's on the other person how they react to you.
I don't know. I don't know why we are always coming for Winter. Winter is only saying.
Forget Winter at this point. I'm talking about production now, because Erica is right. Everybody do always screen edit, but they can't edit shit you don't give them.
Exactly.
So they can say what they want to say, but you made the choice to do it or say it.
And And my whole point really is we come for Winter because that was her assignment and she fulfilled her assignment. Period. So now we talk about Winter more than we talk about anybody else on the show. Point blank.
Exactly.
Period. Okay.
Yeah.
So whether
Yeah.
we want to say she carried the show or she drugged the show down, that's what is coming out of our mouth. So like she, you know what I mean? Like it's not all hate because we talk about her. She gets more exposure than anybody, and she don't even.
It's all hate. It's
Thank
all
you. And
hate.
she's not even married. So, and the name of the show is Love and Marriage. She don't have love or marriage, and we talk about her
It
every
can't
week.
be all hate when you get on the panel every week talking about extend some grace. So it ain't no all hate because it's definitely grace over there. Okay.
And but also too, Mod, I mean, and to kind of defend whatever, that's what they gave us. Like, what can you expect? We didn't really see, we saw a couple of scenes with her children that were like scripted and kind of uncomfortable. And we saw her kind of, I mean, really, other than the scene where we saw Kevin act a fool. So we were like, okay, you know, where the other women agreed to give her some grace. Those are pretty much Winter's best scenes the whole season. She's been snarky the entire time. So it's hard to be like, you know, like you can show her some grace. It's not all her fault. I feel like it's production's fault, honestly. But
I also did not see women, black women, not necessarily black women, but women coming over here saying, you know what, I have been in this situation where I'm trying to divorce his ass, but he's been dragging this divorce, and it is costing me money, time, emotions. We did not stick up for her. She's coming over here saying, you know what, this man lied to me. I might have been naive in the situation, but I've been trying to divorce his ass. He has refused to sign the papers, and then Chris gonna invite him over here, still wearing his ring, okay? And he's in his creepy ways. He wanna come sit next to me. I did not see anybody sticking up for her. If anything, you carried on just because, you know, she has been messing up with other couples. We are not extending grace. We are not supporting her, saying, you know what, as we can forget about everything that she's saying. But she's over here, all right? She's over here trying to divorce this man who lied to her. Okay? But nobody supported her in that.
I think
It costed money.
I
energy.
think the issue, Mod, is the reason why it's so hard to support her is because she does not come off as authentic. Honestly, she seems like she's halfway lying half the time from the very beginning. We all were trying to research her timelines. Like she has not, to me, she hasn't come off as very honest herself. So it wasn't until we really started seeing Kevin where we could be like, oh, okay, he is a scammer. Because she halfway seemed like a scammer herself. I'm just going to be honest with you. I halfway don't know what she does for a living. I don't feel like she talked a lot, but a lot of what she said didn't always connect to me.
Birds of a feather.
Maybe the show should have been Winter and Winter DC.
Didn't I just say? I just said that across the street, but I said Melody Jr. So yeah.
Oh boy. Listen, I don't know. You know, I want her to come back in the next season. Trust you me. Okay?
I mean, I think the women should have been more supportive, but I think honestly, she kind of came off not authentic to me for a while.
Erica.
All right, Jeremy, tear them off. I got some Vaseline. I got my gym shoes. I am ready.
Winter is necessary. I agree. And that's what I'm saying. They need to give Winter her flowers. She carried the show. Mm-hmm.
Well, I will say this. I know Kamisha said Winter had some fans, but it's nice to finally meet some.
Right. And I would say Winter is necessary at this point because they're cutting everybody else scenes out the damn show.
I don't know. What scenes are they cutting?
They cut Jamie and Irana's scene we just talked about with the training for the marathon.
And so that
We didn't
so that
see none of the lions. We saw maybe some split scenes of the lions.
so then we
I
have to
didn't
blame
even know
that
they
on
were part of
Erica.
the show for real.
I ain't never
So we
seen.
blame that on Erica.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I
Huh?
mean, we blame that on Winter.
See, me and you gonna have a talk after this. We're gonna step into my office because you don't be listening.
I know.
I'm
I said
sitting
20
here,
times it's production.
girl. I'm sitting here finally agreeing with your ass and said that winter is necessary because they
So,
cut everybody off the cutting room floor. I'm agreeing with you.
I'm not blaming Winter for it at all. I will say Winter probably maybe she got a crazy edit or whatever, but I will say it comes down to production mostly. And I just want to reiterate, as Ellen said, Jeremy, I ain't never scared. I ain't never scared. Okay.
Erica is never scared of nothing. So
Her
you
name
guys,
started with E. She better not be scared.
I know that's
what do you
right.
think about the reunion?
I can't wait to see the reunion.
I think the reunion is probably going to be the best of the season, to be
Right.
Yeah. Well,
But however we feel about this season, though, I will say that they first season outshined Huntsville by far.
Mm.
They show definitely outshine Huntsville. Like I didn't really think that was gonna happen, but they definitely gotta get a season 2 after this.
Listen, I still miss my Scots.
Oh, you know I'm over there, but I don't know.
I like Huntsville as well, but I do feel like they kind of slipped down a dark hole as well. So
Mm-hmm.
so I think this has more been this. I like this show a little bit better actually right now anyway.
You like DC better than Huntsville?
Now, because I feel like Huntsville, even though I didn't start from the beginning, now I feel like it's the same thing. Like if I hear more about them on Instagram than is happening in the show. It's just it's Ariane. I don't know. It's just Huntsville. I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. But I do like Huntsville a lot. But I think DC is just kind of like a breath of fresh air, maybe.
Yeah. I listen. I don't know. I think the only reason I like this is because they've been engaging with us. Like they come over here when you're having a review and commission reviews. But I still like my Scots. Okay, I love the black.
I won't say that I like DC more than Huntsville, but like y'all said, Huntsville has like became redundant at this point because
that's
it's
my
like all
problem
we
with it,
talk
yeah.
about is how weak Tisha is more so cheating. Like, can we talk about something else? Can we please talk about something else?
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like Martell and Melody have the same arguments every time they're in the same room, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
it's just getting repetitive to
the
me.
TV. The cameras are still rolling, and when Melody went to the Essence festival or whatever you call it, the producers had her bring Mattel. Do you know what the producers wanted Ariane to be there?
I know, but she's back wherever having a meltdown. So I like at this point, I'm like, okay, y'all gonna put her on the show or not? Like, why are we keep doing this?
hey, shout out to my guy Jeremy Speaks. Make sure y'all go watch him talk about Ariane because he had me rolling over there. Said that lady fell off the cereal box.
Oh yeah, I watch Jeremy every so often, so I will check him out more because he's hilarious.
He said that lady fell off the cereal box.
I love him. I love
He's
him.
hilarious. He's very funny.
I love him. But I would love to see her come over on the. I would love to see her
Oh,
story.
Ariane?
Yes,
Oh wow.
I really would because listen, we
Hmm.
cannot be continuing. We cannot be talking about Ariana, the infidelities. We're not giving her the platform to share her story.
I mean,
No, you wouldn't want her to come.
I don't have no opinion on this at this
Oh,
time.
listen, I have been to Melody's live. I have been to Letitia.
See, I don't watch Melody
No,
lives.
I do. I do.
I don't follow
Man,
her or nothing.
I've been to Letitia's live. I've been to Kimmy's live. Listen, the people who tune in for Ariane, the
Mhm.
numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. People
So
may
what are
be
you
over their
saying?
head.
So what are you saying? Ariane gets more views than Melody, Kimmy, and Letitia? Do she?
I agree with you on this one, Mod. I'm like, if we're gonna talk about her every season, if it's gonna be a big thing, then the same way we got to hear Kevin's side of the story and we got to see that he was truly a scammer. Bring Ariana on.
See what I'm saying?
Bring her on.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes.
Well,
Let
y'all
her
thought
come
that
in.
Miss Wanda
Let her
fight
tell the
was
story.
big.
Let us tell the story. Let us tell the story because you cannot be bringing Knox. Motel cannot be coming over here on his lives, introducing us to Knox, and they're having a good time on July 4th. Let's see. That's the mother who brought this Knox into this world.
Exactly. Plus, I've heard. I think this was on Jeremy's show. About how somebody took her LLC or whatever. So I was like, she needs the money. Give the girl a check. Why not?
She does. She brings and the thing is, she's very genuine, and she's very authentic, and she might not be aware of it, but she doesn't. She speaks to how she feels. So right now, she's feeling some type of way about Motel going back to, well, not necessarily going back, but shooting with Melody, and she's over here trying to make Motel feel some type of way. So now she has a boyfriend. Okay,
Exactly. Stop calling the child coleslaw. Call her by her name and let her be on the show. Just let her come on.
Exactly. Yes. Yes, I agree. I agree. It's gonna be making more sense because let's talk about it. Okay, so there's a child Mattel brought into this world. Let's give the mother
It's some
the
comments in here that
opportunity.
are correct though, y'all. They don't talk about her on the show. They talk about her on their own lives and stuff like that. She haven't been brought up on the show.
But
Not
but
this
the
season
cheating,
she wasn't.
no, but the cheating insinuations about Mattel and Melody, it's all about Ariane.
We don't know if that's the only girl he was cheating on her with. He was cheating for 7 years.
Miss
Listen,
Wanda is a sweet lady playing her part. Oh my gosh. Okay,
You said what?
we got to bring it back to DC. I know we're more interested in Huntsville, but we got to bring it back.
You see how quickly we forget about winter time.
Exactly. Love and marriage and winter. That's what the show should be.
Oh my God.
She can carry the show. She does not need anybody. She over here preaching on that pulpit. Okay, speaking about love. What was the book called?
Right. You don't even know. You don't even know. And if she had a show by herself, you wouldn't watch it.
Yeah, no, I would.
You would not.
She's entertaining.
You would watch one
she
show
reminds
and then come back and be like, my small sis, I
She
was
reminds
wrong.
me. No, she reminds me of Mary and
No,
Mary.
she doesn't. No, she doesn't. No, absolutely not. That ship has sailed too. No, she does not.
Extend some grace. It's a Sunday. Extend some grace.
Everybody with a fade on the side of their head do not look alike. Period.
So, what are we expecting? Are we expecting a second season? Are we expecting?
Oh, most definitely.
I think so. I think it was, even though I had my own issues with production and stuff, I think it was good enough to get a second season for sure.
Yes, most definitely. I hope so. I really hope so. Because I love Jamie and Arena for sure. That's my fellow E. And then I love
so you don't
Ashley
have
and Quick.
So Nicole, you don't have any issues with Jamie and the way he treated the wife? Nothing. You don't have any issues with that.
Y'all already know how I feel. Like, y'all already know how I feel. I come from a mother and a father, grandfather and a granny, grandpa and grandma. Like, I'm from that era of strong black men. Now, is everything they do correct? No, it's not. They were taught in those days, they were harder. They were more strict. They were more put your foot down. They were more get in line type of thing. But I don't feel that he was disrespectful because that's their relationship. Now, I will give validation to what Erica was saying on the panel, which is everybody do not receive communication that way. You know what I'm saying? That's when you got to know who your partner is. But that's how they get down. That's their business. Now, since they on the show, do people have the right to speak on it? Yeah, I mean, everybody can speak on something because it's on the show that we watch. However, everything's not for everybody. I need me a man like that can tell me to shut up, and I'll be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna be quiet for a minute. Cause I can't have no man that tell me to be quiet, and I'm like, you be quiet. I'm gonna walk all over him. I need a strong man because I'm a strong woman.
Erica?
Okay, so I will say this from being on Kamisha's panel. I think that what's been interesting with this cast in particular is because they've been so vocal on social media and we've gotten to see things about them outside of the show. I have gained more respect for them on the outside of the show. You know what I'm saying? Because if I was just looking at what was taped, I'd be like, dude, you're not gonna put your hand on my face. Like I'm not one that would have ride with that. And even our discussions with them on the panel or whatever, that kind of made me see a little bit more of who they are and what they're about. So I do like them as a couple and just as people, but it's actually been more their personal one-on-one, the personal that they've put out there outside of the show. You know what I'm saying? So
But then as a blogger, are we supposed to be blogging and reviewing as we are seeing, not about their IG stories? Not because listen, he has not come to every blogger's panel to speak on it. So that for you've been compromised then because this
well,
is not
no, I would say this. I wouldn't say compromised. I would say balance. Like I still feel how I feel, but to me, it's based on what they've put out on a whole outside of, I'm not saying just because they talk to me personally. I'm just saying from what I've seen, right? So to me, as a blogger, I feel like if you put it out there, I'm going to speak on it. Like, not to digress down another rabbit hole, but like on Real Housewives of Dubai, I did not really like Brooks, Caroline Brooks. Like, she's savage. But to be honest with you, I started watching her live on Instagram and I was like, oh, okay, now I see a little bit more of where she's coming from. So I don't because at first I was like, she's the worst. All the Carolines suck. But now that I haven't seen the British woman, so I can't say, but I have seen some of Caroline's live. And I'm like, oh, okay, she's a little slick with the mouth, but I saw some of her some softness to her that wasn't being portrayed on the show. So to me, I feel like as a blogger, if someone puts content out there, you can judge it. And that's what you base your judgment on. So they haven't talked to me personally. So I'm not judging it on anything from behind the scenes. But in terms of what they've put out on social media and what's coming out on the show, I think it has given them some balance. And I might have felt differently if I was judging just by how he's shown on the show.
So what are you going to say about that?
Who, me?
The two of you, I don't.
I'm gonna agree with what she said, and I'm gonna add to that because not only am now y'all done made me a blogger, but I'm a woman too, so I have the right to change my mind. I'm gonna change my mind. I feel like a lot of people that be in the comments or like talk about certain people, they feel like they can't change their mind. So like once they drag them, they like, oh, I gotta ride with what I said. No, you have the right to change your mind. Like, yeah, we see other things. Like these people weren't just born to be on a reality show. They do other things outside the reality show. So they were already doing their TikTok. That lady was already selling her little books and stuff like that or whatever. After you see them on a reality show, you go and you research these people if you like them. Some people research them if they don't like them so they can have more to talk about. Regardless, you go and you see them other places and it gives you more insight on who they really are, unedited. So you do have a right to change your mind.
And I just feel like it's more balanced. I still think, like, even at the time, I didn't think he was abusive, but I didn't like that move. The same way I don't think Chris is abusive, but you're not gonna tell me at my dinner table in my house, hush and put your hand up in my face. Like, there's certain things where it's like, nah, back up off that.
It was
So
his dinner table too.
regardless, if my name is also on the deed, you're not gonna put your hand up when I'm talking. Like,
Okay, so how would he in a stressful situation tell his wife to be quiet after he said be quiet and she wouldn't?
I mean, you have to live with it. You know what I'm saying? The same way if Arena wasn't going to stop talking unless he grabbed her in the face, like, huh? Like, to me, okay, then maybe the person doesn't stop talking. Like, that's not the end of the world. But I'm just saying, I think once you sort of, there's certain things for me where it's like, I'm not going to divorce you, but I don't like it. And I would never like it. And so, but I get that that's their relationship. And maybe as partners, they talked it out, or maybe Arena was okay with it. I don't know. But to me, it didn't stem to the point of becoming abusive. But it's not something that I would be like, as a fan, like, oh yeah, okay, it's cool. Like, no, I don't.
I want to speak to what Ellen just said. Ellen just said, plus his son was scared to say that he didn't want to be a DJ. Okay, so look, my daddy is a strong black man like that per se, right? And before I was who I am today, it would be certain things that I would be scared to talk to him about, but it's not because he's abusive. It's just about, one, I don't want to hear his damn mouth. For two, like, you already know that he's going to disagree with you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like it's because he's abusive, but I feel like some people may not can handle that delivery all the time. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with Ellen. Something.
Okay, so here's my thing on that. I hate to go back to production, but I feel like instead of spending time talking about Winter Scammer, we could have seen more of this, because I don't really feel like I even have enough to make a judgment necessarily. Like, I feel like he was afraid to
Go ahead. Don't read. Continue.
No, I'm reading and talking. Okay. So no, I to me, I feel like we saw sort of a clip of that, but yeah, and then we saw him with the healer or whatever, but they, with the whole bulldog thing, and they kind of talked about it a little bit, but like, there's more there, because yeah, if your kids are afraid to disagree with you because father knows best, then we need to find out what's more about that, and is there a way that you could interact different? Like, that's something they could have shown on the show that we never really saw. So maybe there is some issue there, but we didn't really get to dive deep enough into it, in my opinion.
I want to agree with you, because I want to say there might be, because don't quote me because I might be wrong, but isn't it like, because I know that some professions have this, but I don't know if it's the case for like police officers. I don't know if they have like some type of exiting counseling, like when you don't work as a police officer anymore and you retire, like, do you go through exit counseling? Because you have to remember that he was in law enforcement, right? And some people don't know how to not bring their job home, right? Like, because the demeanor that you have as law enforcement of course, that's not the demeanor you want to have in your household, but it's be the stress of the day, the stress of what you went through at work. I know being in the health field, even though I'm not a doctor or anything, being in the health field, some things that I would deal with when I was at work, when I would come home, my boyfriend at the time, I would just be like, get out my face. Like, but he didn't do nothing to me. It's just the stress of the day. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he might do well with maybe like something that can calm him, relax him. Because being a police officer in DC streets is a very stressful job. So maybe,
Yeah, and I'll be honest, like, he's one of the coolest cops I know, because I'm not really a big cop fan. So I can see where, like, cops are not my thing. So I can see where that could have some implications in how you deal with your family. Even the scene where he was talking about how he deals with Arena when she comes to the party and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there were so many scenes there where they kind of like touched on something, and then now we're back to talking about winter. And it's like, well, no, like that's a thing. Like that's an issue that we should have seen either be resolved or on the road to resolution.
And
Instead
very
of like,
relatable.
yeah, very relatable and just very like true, authentic
And
drama, so to speak.
I agree with Miss Bell because sometimes, or many of the times, as Black families, we have not been able to provide a space, a safe space for our children, especially our Black boys,
Yes.
to express who they are, show your emotions.
Yes, because to piggyback off of that, like reason why I said what I said about my dad, like prime example, I don't remember how exactly old I was, but I was young, and my daddy gave me one of those one talks, like you can talk to me about anything, right? And
That's it.
so I proceeded to talk to him about something. I'm like, well, I got a crush on this boy. Now I'm a child, so it's not like it's some salacious stuff. It's just a little crush, right? And he went in on me, y'all. When I say like it was like he was like, don't be thinking about no boy, blah, blah. And I just was like,
You
never
just
telling him
told me,
anything else.
right?
Never telling him anything else. Noted.
Yes.
And I didn't. And so now that I'm a mother, I try to make sure that my daughter knows that she can talk to me about whatever. So I can definitely understand where y'all coming from when y'all talking about how he didn't want to tell him that he didn't want to be a DJ. You could definitely see the uncomfort when he was just like, no, you tell him. Because that's exactly what I would tell my mama when things would happen. I'm like, you tell him. She's like, do you want to tell your dad? No, you can tell him. You're going to tell him anyway. Go ahead, tell him.
And sometimes the only reason why you want to do that is because the cameras are rolling, and so you feel safe. You feel safe. You feel like what might not react the same way that he would react if it was one on one and there are no cameras rolling. And so I am feel as a child, I'm feeling safe over here to say exactly what I want in my life without fearing of anything.
And again, I feel like that's another way that production sort of dropped the ball, because at the end of the day, when they had that dinner, basically he was like, okay, don't tell me anything. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of how they drop their issues, where it's like, okay, well, no, it's not the fact that we don't tell you anything. We all can make changes so that we can have a better interaction. And so I feel like some of those things could have been fleshed out during the show that just weren't.
And it's unfortunate because this Jamie's family, he has a child with disabilities and he has a Black son, and therefore he's such a good family that we can relate to, right? As Black folks over here, raising our sons on these streets, with the cops and everybody, what I'm saying, like focusing on that. Unfortunately, that was denied to us. We were not able to see that. It was just glimpses and pieces of it. You know, so he just want to live a simple life with listen, the boy just want to have to be independent. He doesn't want to be taking care of the mother. He wants, can my wife listen? Steve Wonder's over here making moves, be taking care of a wife. Maybe the guy is like, you know what? I can do that too. So, but anywho, Nicole, your final thoughts, and I want everybody please go follow the Nicole. Nicole, you have any final thoughts?
I really hope that they have a second season because I'm definitely gonna watch. Um, as far as Monique and Chris, I hope that they get it together and block out the outside noise and focus on each other and a family. I love Arena and Jamie. I do. And I love Ashley and Quick. I don't know the Lions. So maybe if there's a second season.
Are those the people that Ellen is talking about? The girl with a big nose ring?
Yeah, she had a lot of nose rings. I do remember that. Hopefully they can introduce us to them second season because I don't know them. But I think hats off to Carlos. He is doing his thing. Whatever the equation is, he getting the viewers. So I may not agree with everything, but it's not up to me to agree. I'm gonna keep watching.
Exactly, Erica. Please go follow Exactly Erica. Exactly, Erica. Would you have any final thoughts?
Overall, I did enjoy the season. I like everyone, even extending winter some grace here. I think that I just hope they tweak the editing a little bit next season and really show us more of what's going on with the family. And don't kind of, to me, I feel like there are a lot of open issues. The only thing that we kind of resolved is that, like, perhaps Winter's ex-husband or her current husband is a scammer, but we didn't really see enough of some of the other issues that the other couples have and kind of them working through those issues, which is what I think the show can really bring. And I do miss some of the Black excellence about it, because it's like, okay, if they're all owning these businesses, even Winter has whatever hustle. I'm not sure what she's doing now, but everybody has their hustles. So I would like to see more more of that. And because like Ashley had her book, but Ashley also has some other businesses. I'd like to see more of what Arena was doing. So I'd like them to just go a little bit deeper into the cast. Um, yes, please do, Ellen. But yeah, just go a little bit deeper into the cast and kind of, because I feel like this season we're kind of just on the surface, but I feel like there's a lot there. So bring everyone back and let's, maybe
I agree.
hire some new producers. But don't fire nobody. But you could get a little extra advice from some people and kind of make it gel a little bit better.
I agree. Bring everybody back. And when you bring everybody back, nobody is this is over here and everybody is over here. Everybody
That mean Kevin get to come back.
huh?
That
If
mean
he's
Kevin
not
get
in
to come
jail
back.
or whatever, let him come back.
It's been so stressful. Y'all got to make sure y'all come to Tipsy Talk tonight at 9 o'clock. We
Bring
having game night
everybody
because it's been
back.
stressful.
Yes. Okay, Inigo, you have something tonight? Please tell us.
Yes, Tipsy Talk tonight because it's been a stressful little weekend with all of this stuff. We gonna have game night tonight. No topic. We gonna have game night and just have fun and laugh. Bring your drinks. Yes, bring your drink.
What time?
9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, cool.
I
Beans.
will be there with my link. I'll share your link on my community wall. Please go follow Eric. Exactly, Erica. Go follow the Inico.
Yes.
Right? These are sisters with a whole big mind than mine. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bring everybody back on Love and Marriage GC. I want everybody in the same platform. Don't kiss anybody's ass. Be who you are. Be who you are. Let us see those family dynamics. Let us see what is making Monique, because I still don't understand what her issue is. I want to understand what the problem is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If it is about the mom-in-law, let's have that conversation with her mom-in-law. Bring her in. Let us see what's going on. Do not forget to subscribe to each one of us. Make us great. Make us great. It's a winning season for all of us. It's Mother from Mama. It's Eric. Exactly, Erica. It's the Inico. Let's take us where we belong to go. Okay. It's a winning season. I love you all. Thank you, everybody. Anything that you guys want to say?
Yes, me and Maud have something special cooking up for you guys. With my Birdman rub his hands together.
And Maud, you and I have to get together and find a show that we both like and love and get down with it, girl, for sure. So,
we are making moves. Don't get it twisted.
Yes,
Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. And you feel free. Tell a friend to tell a friend that there are these three undisputed Black women over here.
Yes.
Undisputed, baby.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for having us. Yes. Bye, everybody.